I was of two minds whether or not I was even going to do the live stream today. Um, I'm not doing so good today. I I decided to take the day off, and because I'm in a lot of pain, and then I went out to put Gracie out, and I tripped over one of the logs. Piece of firewood fell off, and I didn't see it, and I tripped over it. And although I didn't fall, anybody with fibro or chronic pain issues, you knows that stopping yourself from falling actually does almost as much, if not more, damage because you're not accepting of it. You're tensing your whole body up. Oh, right. I am not on Top Chat, or I am on Top Chat. Let me just say hello. I'm heavily medicated, folks. Heavily medicated, okay? Kathy Miller, Ginger Gargoyle, Jean Phillips, Joanne Bird, Joe Mama, Lori Rich, Michelle Stark, Pamela Nelson, Terry Welsh, Terry White, and c'est moi. How's it going, everybody? Now I'm going to pop my chat out. And I'm going to put it on live chat. How's everybody doing? Hi. Thank you, Pamela. Hi, how are you? Oh, I'm careful. I'm just, I didn't even stub my toe. It's not about the violence of tripping. It's about that sudden, I can't even demonstrate because it hurts too much, but it's that sudden, that sudden clenching of your whole body in preparation for a fall is what actually does it. Hey, Dallas, Terry, Rena, Mama, Paula Queen. How's everybody doing? Uh-oh. Where's my dark fan? There it is. So that's what's kind of going on right now. And I'm going to be reading at 6 tonight, the second chapter of A Christmas Carol. I kind of screwed it all up yesterday. Everyone says it went well, but I don't understand. I can trip over a dime too. I have. Okay. I was wearing flip-flops one day, and what the hell was it? Howie had spilt some coffee and some change fell out of his pocket. And I didn't see it till later in the day. And the dime was glued to the floor by the coffee. And I was going along my flip-flops, and that flip-flop turned my ankle because of that dime. I loved the reading. Yes. Oh, well, thank you. Well, hopefully today will be a little better. What's going on with my... I'm just having a rough day. But that's okay because, I've been spending time... I just spent time with Mom today, which is the first time since she's been here that I've been able to just sit down and hang with her, So we watched... The hell first movie we watched? We watched 2 movies. One was Last Holiday with Queen Latifah. And I love that movie because I'm a big fan of Gerard Depardieu too. So... Has Super Hazer been around? I don't think I've seen him. I don't know. He said he was going to go to Germany to see some snow, but that was a couple of weeks ago, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So then what was the other movie we watched? Mom, what was the movie we watched before Last Holiday? We can't remember. We just watch it. It was some kind of holiday style movie. I'll remember it in a minute. But what was the other one we watched? Now that's gonna bug me. Hey, Sissy Pays from Colorado. How are you? Oh no, honey, I just got here. It's only 5 after 4, so hey, Jessica Pierce. So I phoned Howie. Yep, I've only been on for 5 minutes, guys. Right? I put it on live, and then I went and checked something, and I looked up, and it was like 4 o'clock. So, hey, Sherry Leach. So I made the snowballs. I did the pies. They're in the freezer. The snowballs are still in icing sugar, which I have to sift them out tonight and make Howie's platter for work. He said work's really, really slow. So he may not be working. Who knows if he doesn't work the rest of the week? Who wants to take their car in to be repaired like the last couple of shopping days before Christmas? Not me. Hey, Lena K. So, what's everybody up to today? Please pay no attention to the woman who's in great deal. Oh, you guys see my shirt though, because I'm not getting up. It hurts too much, but I'm going to show you. Can you read that? I feel like speedy delivery from Mr. Rogers. So, hi, Laura Higgins. How are you? And Carol McKinney, Lena K. Still working, unfortunately. Yeah. Fazy. Okay, Dallas, you take it easy, okay? So, wrapped presents, getting ready to go around dropping off items. Oh my God, Cindy, you got more energy than me. You really do. I've still got presents in a thing box up there, a Walmart box, or I can't even turn my head that well. Nothing is physically moving for me well. So, Mr. McFeely, that's it. Speedy delivery. Then one last shopping trip before lockdown. I'm not doing any of that. Any of it. I've asked Howie to pick up some hot dogs. That tells you how crappy I feel physically. But I told him to get the good Shopsies, the big ones. Because those, for some, Schneider's is the best when it comes to hot dogs. Making gnocchi soup. Ooh. Yeah, I actually thought of making, but I'm going to make soup tomorrow. And I'm going to make lasagna on Wednesday. See, I'm in a fibro fog, along with the medication. So, hoping hubby finds what he wants for Christmas. Oh, I had it. I should have known this was coming, right? This fibro flare, because it's kind of an extension of one I've been having all week. But working while everyone is on vacation. So bored until now. Thank goodness you're doing a live. Well, thank you, sissy. Deb Bierman. Working, but I thought I'd listen in. Well, that's nice. I'm in bed. I messed up my knee Saturday. Swollen, and I don't want to, it doesn't want to bend. Oh, Lena, well, be careful, okay, sweetheart? Hey, Liz Prof, how's it going? Oh, God, that's a good cup of tea. So, I guess I gave Howie, like, I budgeted for shopping for him to do his shopping for me. Because let's face it, everything that everybody else gets from us, I buy, right? He only has to buy for me. So after this will be our 30th Christmas. Our 30th Christmas. And he said to me last night, so do you got a list for me? I said, a list for what? He said, for what you want for Christmas. And I just looked at him. And I said, you can put the money in an envelope and give it back to me for all I care. I should have known then that something was coming down the pipe physically for me, right? Because I'm not that much of a bitch usually. You know what I mean? Hey, Trina Bomer and Marcy Chain. Everyone at my house is getting gift cards. My back can't take walking through the stores. Well, I don't want to nap because I'm an insomniac. And if I nap, I won't sleep all night. And then tomorrow the cycle will be twice as bad. So I just have to live with it. Hi, Barb Davis. Panties. Oh, man, I'm just loving this. I made a video on it, and I'll probably release it just because you get to hear Briar. But this was my Christmas gift from Briar. And I just love it. Now, you watch. Hang on a second. Let me just turn my screen off here for a second. You watch my keyboard. And the camera, the phone is not doing these colors justice. You see it? You see it changing? Purple, blue. Comes after blue, green, and then yellow, and then orange, and then red. There's the blue. I love this keyboard, man. And it's a clacker. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm of the age. We decided to give Amazon gift cards. Well, I got our $100 Amazon gift card. And I put it in one of these great big mugs, but with the pig's butt on it. That says 2020 exclamation mark. It's got a little fart coming out the pig's butt and lips on its other cheek. And that's my way of saying kiss 2020 goodbye. So we decided to get Amazon gift cards. Yeah. So, oh yeah. No, the thing is I've needed a new keyboard for quite some time. And I've been going to buy it, but I'm really bad at buying shit for myself, right? Except when it's closed, because I haven't spent most of my life. I've been poor, so not poor, but below the poverty scale most of my life. And so when I find clothes on sale, I buy them because A, I was never a rack shopper. B, I could never afford it before. And C, I just wasn't that my big a deal, right? So now, like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Laura Higgins, I've missed your beautiful soul, Bev. Sorry you're having a rough day, sweetheart. You will rise up as you always do. Thank you, Laura. It's a disco keyboard, but look at this. Okay, I'm gonna move my phone here so you can see because I want to share this with you. Oh yeah, and I took the spacebar stopped working on my thing, and I took it off, and there was enough stuff in there for a blunt. I'm not kidding, so I'm really, really careful with this one now. So here, I'm going to show this to you because this is really cool. Okay, can you see that? Okay, now watch. See, now it's a wave of rainbow colors going across. You see that? And now what's this? And this is just going back to red, the cycle of the colors. And what's this one? Oh, I hit the wrong thing. Okay, so see, now this one's just, look at it's a spiral. And you see it doing that? And then it goes boom. That's all the functions it's going to show. So then there's this one. What is this one? Am I hitting the right one? Okay, now look. Watch this. Ooh. And then there's this one. And they only light up as you do this. And then there's, what's this one? Ooh, look at that. And then there's just the whole board is a rainbow of multicolors. I actually think I'll keep that one for now. So here's the deal. All right. It's quite a pricey keyboard, and this keyboard's not doing the colors justice. It's like gives my soul joy. Just to, you know what, folks? Anybody, if you got a white, a gold, or a silver candle, let's go get it now. This is Solstice. It's not a religious thing. Let's just, back in the pagan days, back in the days before Christianity, and I'm not topping Christianity at all, the Vikings, they celebrated Yule, which is the solstice celebration they would light at this time, 21st of December, is the shortest day of the year, right? So the shortest day of the year, back in the days before, and when people believed in gods and all that stuff, they would have bonfires, and they would bring in the greens from outside to kind of celebrate the shortest day of the year, because after this, the days begin to get longer again. So the bonfires were a way of, encouraging the gods to bring back the sun before we knew about seasons and things, right? Absolutely, battery candles are okay, but I'm going to go, oh no, I have some right here. Look at this. Look at that. So, let me see. And I just happen to have a little candle holder here that I used as an ashtray once. Now, if I could just find the wick on this candle. So, as the sun takes its final descent on the shortest day of the year, I'm going to do a mini bonfire to encourage the sun to come back and to brighten up the darkest day of the year. I'm going to put it in my window just because. There we go. Happy solstice, everybody. With everything going on this year, we all need the star. Absolutely. I can't wait to go out and look at it. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, I just plugged in my phone. What is your actual Christmas Day date? It's the 25th of December, like everybody else's. No, it wouldn't be different than yours. Christmas is one of those things, like it's not like Easter that changes every year depending on some papal calendar in the Vatican. All right, they kind of dictate Easter, right? Christmas is the same wherever you go. It's on the 25th of December. Except for my nephew in Australia, his Christmas is on my Christmas Eve because of time differences. My daughter and I have my grandson's new telescope ready to see the star. So excited. Hey, Aldo, Seashell, Faisy, Jane. Did you see your picture? Jane sent me an ornament, and because it's not that she's not YouTube family, but she's closer to blood family to me because, you know, we come from the same area for, I don't care. It's on my regular tree. So I don't actually think I could have found a spot for it on this one if I tried. Oh, well, thank you. Don't think going to be able to see the star tonight due to clouds. Yeah, it's pretty cloudy here. It's pretty cloudy. Nan's doing good. I made her a nice bowl of porridge with steel cut oat porridge with raisins this morning, and I made her boiled eggs and toast for lunch. Today's my brother's birthday, his first one not on Earth. Well, then he's in good company, isn't he? Bev, did you watch The Man You Invited? Not yet. Today was my first day to actually sit down. Yesterday. Or was it Saturday? I don't know. This weekend was the first time I watched any Christmas movies, any holiday movies. And if I'm moving things around, it's because the volcano erupted this morning. Is that the one that erupts blue? Is that good? Is that a good thing? Is Pele going to stop it from coming down the mountain? I have a little bit of culture everywhere I go. Or I've never been to Hawaii, but I find culture interesting. Hey, Malka. Ricky goes to get neutered. Rescue picks him up tonight. Yay! I hope you get your electric in your island. Thank you. Thank you, Donna. I didn't realize how close Connecticut is close to Quebec. Where is Connecticut? Is that a city or is that a state? I have Cova fatigued. So you have, you're Cova fatigued. Yeah, I get it. Made infused chocolate covered cherries. I had a mushroom hot chocolate. To help with the pain because it actually, you've seen me before. So, hey, Lynn Marie, I have my bright yellow and golden candles lit. Oh, wonderful. Hey, Mary Jane Weeds, how's it going? A state near New York. Yeah, New York's only a couple of hours from here. Not necessarily, the state is only a couple of hours from here. I mean, we can cross into New York in easily 2.5 hours. I mean, it takes me more to go to Toronto. Pele, right, thank you. Is it safe, Seashell? Is what Suzette's asking. I'm in a lot of pain. So give me a second here, okay? keep opening my fans backwards. Let's go to my. Oh, look at my pretty keyboard. I love color. I love color. So, tell you my conversation with Howie. The snow has been melting here. I have to open the window and let some air in. Excuse me. Just want to make sure you can't see me while I blow my nose. I know it's a fact of life, but you don't have to watch me do it, right? Oh, oh, you're a long way away, right? I'm in extra pain from the damp. Can't seem to get my task done. Just keep putting it off. You know what, Malka? I've been doing that all week. Yesterday, the only reason I got my pies and my cookies made was you all. You all got me through that. I mean, I still haven't taken the cookies out of the icing sugar. I'm just so I'm having a rough time this year. I'm having a rough time, and I pointed out to Howie, I've been so busy trying to keep everybody else's spirits up that I forgot to look after my own spiritual nourishment a little bit. I'm going to try to smoke CBD and see if it helps the pain. Thank you for teaching us that. There you go. Absolutely. Getting the kids from school and going to set up my telescope in St. Louis. Oh, if you can, you know what would be awesome is have a telescope. I've always wanted a telescope and a metal detector, right? Anyway, so when Howie said, "Are you going to give me a list of what you want for Christmas?" And I said, and I mean, this started back in the day, I think it was our second Christmas, our first or second Christmas. I don't know what it was, but I would give him a list of like 20 things, usually all under $10. Now this is 30 years ago, guys, and he'd just buy the whole list. I'd say choose from that, and then I'd be surprised. And then he just bought the whole list, right? So when he said last night, "Are you going to give me a list?" And I said, "After 30 years, do you really think you need one?" And he goes, "Well, I want to make sure I get you the specific things you want." And I said, "I need a battery for my camera. And what the hell else was it? I don't even remember what I told him. Battery for my camera is what I need." So, hi, Kristen. It's cloudy here as well, so I'm thinking we won't see anything. Well, you never know. Hey, Helen. So, Christmas present at door. Neighbor gave us a kitty calendar and left it at the door. Oh, isn't that nice? Hi, Bev, Nan, everyone, happy Monday. So, anyway, all of a sudden, because remember, I've been going through a bit of a fibro flare that I just haven't been acknowledging this week, the last like 5 days. And all of a sudden, when he went downstairs and mom went to bed and I went to shut down the kitchen, I started to cry. And it's not personal. It's just, I try so hard to stay on the positive side of life that was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. And it wasn't anything he did. It wasn't what he did. It was just a disappointment. And it wouldn't have disappointed. Now, let me clarify. It would not have disappointed me the day before. And it probably would not have upset me today. Do you understand? It was in the moment. It's a woman thing. And I don't give a shit if I sound like a chauvinist. But in that moment, it was the straw that broke my heart. So I made the mistake of sending him a broken heart emoji. Because he's sleeping downstairs while mom's here, right? Oh, yeah, I like to get my calendar early so that I can mark all my bills and everything. So anyway, he come upstairs and he goes, "What? What's going on, babe?" Like, doesn't call me babe. He goes, "What? What's going on?" And I went, "If I got to tell you, then I just, never mind." right? And so he went back down to bed. And then I texted him. Now, this may sound stupid, folks, but learn from someone who's been married for 30 years, almost 30 years. Has been 30 years since we jumped the brim. You've been very emotionally these last few weeks, Bev. Are you okay? I'm just really, really tired. Um, I haven't done half the things I normally do at this time of year. I'm just really, really tired. And so, anyway, um, I texted him. And now, this is the point of the story. The point of the story is that when you've been with somebody for a really long time, it's really hard to express some of the emotions you go through because as you're watching your partner's face, you know them so well that you're reading them. And if I saw one eye roll or anything, I don't know what I would have, I don't know if I would have, I don't know how I would have reacted to that, right? Not violently or anything, but it would have been another broken heart emoji kind of thing, right? So I said, just leave me be. So what I did is I texted him and I said, I'm going through some shit, right? And and he goes, okay. So he comes back and he tells me about what he's been going through, and we're like, okay, what can we do about it? And we're doing this through text. Now, why am I keep telling you why this is so important? Because we weren't misinterpreting each other's body language or facial expressions or anything else. We were getting our points across without reading emotion into our body language. Does that make sense? It's emotional exhaustion. Yeah. I mean, just getting mom here, I was on pins and needles for days, days, thinking that wasn't going to happen. Right. So we were able to remove ourselves. It was kind of like having a screen between a priest and a confessor. It was like we had a block of space between us where we could, because we're both so friggin' tired, right? We're both really, really tired right now. And because we've been doing a lot of extra stuff, right? And that has nothing to do with YouTube. It's just life, right? That we needed the space between us so we could talk without seeing the exhaustion, without seeing an eye roll or an emotional or whatever, right? We got our points across so that we could handle it properly. Does that make sense? So we ended up having a really lovely conversation through our phones while he was upstairs or downstairs and I was upstairs, and I was quietly crying in bed and I had no idea why, but the relief of having him hear me, hear that I was, I'm having a hard time because old behaviors are presenting themselves and not just in me, right? So, he's home all weekend, but other than taking us out for the lights, he spent the rest of the entire weekend in the barn. And I was like, you're not even spending any time with your mom. He said, you're not looking, Bill. I come in and have supper every night. I said, we eat supper in front of the TV. You know where I'm going with this? So, and I said, and I miss you. Yeah, we don't sleep in the same bed, right? But knowing he's in the bed on the other side of the room, anytime I need to go and say I need a hug or a snuggle, has been a bulwark for me. You know what I mean? It's been a stronghold for me. And now he's getting up and going to work. I'm not seeing him off to work, right? So I'm not getting my kiss in the morning before he leaves. I'm not handing him his lunch. So I said, what it come right down to is I miss you. I don't get enough of you as it is. And so, yeah, we did get to do that. And what I said to him was, I said, now, do you really want to know what I want for Christmas? I said, and it's not sex, which got an LOL out of him. And he said, what is it you really want? And I said, I want island functional. I want the burners fixed on my stove. And he said, I'll see what I can do to fix that. I said, thank you. But if I had been talking like this and being emotional, he would have been also reading the expressions on my face, reading the sound of my, when I'm choking up back, emotion and stuff. And that colors his reaction. In this point, he heard my needs without them being colored by emotion that he's trying to interpret, because he's sorry guys, but he's just a guy, right? We are so much more women. You can do the whole women are from Mars, men are from Venus, women are from Venus, men are from Mars, all that shit. But the truth is, we are totally different beings of the same being. Okay? We are meant to be together. Why? Because now, I'm not saying this about gay or anything else. What I'm saying is, when you find someone who makes you function better, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, not because they're making you function better, but because their presence makes you want to be a better person. Right? When you find that person, I'm not saying life's going to be perfect, but I'll tell you something, it makes getting over the really big humps a lot easier if you guys both are going in the same direction, right? Life would be boring, absolutely. Hey Sam, how's it going? I am very fortunate to have such a relationship, Malka. But this is something else people got to know. These relationships, they don't just happen, okay? They are 30 years of hard work, interspersed with moments of pure joy where we can say, yep, we are going in the right direction. All right? This is where people get confused with life, that life, you're always supposed to be calm and content and at peace and happy. You know what I mean? No, that's not life. That's fantasy. Life is taking out the garbage. Life is ground beef instead of standing rib, right? Life is, choosing between toilet papers because one gives you better value for your money. Life is, what do you want for Christmas? God, I could really use some snow tires. You know what I mean? These are all the things, okay? Life is, do we bend our hearts and go to the Sally Inn for the sake of the kids? We've had those days at Christmas. Okay? But then you have days where you look at your partner in the eyes and you just get it. Yeah, we're okay. All the crap that has been thrown at us over the years, we handled it better because we were together. It's that simple. Those are the moments. That's real. That's reality. And the problem is, there's so many people out there that think everybody's going to live happily ever after because they have someone they love with them in their corner. It only works that way if you work it that way. Make sense? That's why it's called true love. I'm sorry, I'm leaking. I am leaking. But that's okay. I'm not bawling or anything. So I'm 15 years into my second marriage, and he's absolutely my soulmate. It's absolute work, Bev. Absolutely agree. There you go, Barb. Excuse me. I'm gonna... Karen's been married for 51 years, and we need each other all the time. I mean, seriously, when we first moved to separate beds, right? I knew the reason we were doing it was for absolutely health reasons for both of us. Okay. I roll over and toss and turn a lot. Okay. That wakes him up if I'm in the same bed. It's just one of those things. He snores. I can handle the snore from the other side of the room, but not in my ear. Right. But I still felt insecure. And that's the story of when we went to do the Puller Plunge in Toronto. And there were two big, beautiful beds in the room. And we just looked at each other and said, which one do you want? We went poof like kids onto the beds, right? Well, okay, I didn't. I just kind of went and sat down and went, right? But the truth is, we function better now that we have separate beds. But in the beginning, the very first few times we shared a double bed, it was hell. He was like, I'm a human blanket. And I mean, I sleep like his mother, okay? Or I used to. My bed was made, the sheets all hospital frickin' corners, people. And I could peel back a corner, slide in, pull back my covers, set my alarm or whatever, and I would go to sleep and I would wake up and I would peel back and I'd get out and boom. Even if I tossed and turned, because my bed was nice and tightly made, right? But Howie, forget it. He's like sleeping with a Tasmanian devil back then. He'd twitch and snore and cough and fart and then, or he'd be laying right on me and he's like an oven and he's so hot, right? Or I'd freeze because next thing you know, he's rolled up in all the blankets like a cocoon and I'm left naked with no blankets, right? And I said to him, maybe we should get twin beds as a joke. And this is in our first year together. He said, over my dead body. Right? But you learn as you get older, right? But still, the first time we had separate beds, my mind went 30 years back to over my dead body when we sleep in separate beds. Okay, so part of me was a little insecure that he was actually, backing down on what he had once said. And the other part of me was like, yeah, this makes bloody perfect sense. I mean, I have family members that sleep in separate rooms from their spouse because of snoring and like I've got family members that are like me. I like my room ice cold. I like to be ice cold so that not ice cold, but my nose is cold, sticking out from the blankets. And Howie wants to lay all sprawled out in his boxers and be warm. And I can't sleep like that, right? So we found a compromise. The baseboard heaters are on his side of the room. And on my side of the room, I have a big bloody fan that I can point away from him, but at me. And it works, right? It did take lots of getting used to. We have separate bedrooms because of my snoring, right? My husband and I sleep separate too. Him living room, me bedroom because I toss and turn. He snores and farts. Well, I'll tell you something though. In my house growing up, I had 3 older brothers, okay? Potty humor was just a fact of life. I'll never forget the first time I actually had a really, really bad gas attack and let one rip. I was about 10 or 11. And here's my bedroom. Here's my brothers down at the other end of the hall. My dad's at the other end of the house. And my brothers are going, oh, God, Dad. Oh, my, laughing their faces off. And I went, excuse me. And they went, blah. Okay, this is my brothers. This is potty humor, right? So the first time that Howie and I slept together, I said to God, God, I'm not a reliable judge. All I can go by is that, I just want to spend my life with this man. I just love him. I can't. It's all consuming. Howie rolled over and farted against my leg in his sleep. And I said, thank you, God, for the answer. And thanks for having a sense of humor. Yeah, he was meant to be my husband. Let's play tent is a nightly thing. Okay, I'm not sure how to take that one. I know what tent might mean to you, but Bev, 35 years married and was asked if I like Brussels sprouts from my husband. Really? Are you kidding me? Howie will never make the mistake again of offering me, or getting me a cup of tea in an airport and making it Earl Grey with milk. I mean, I had the guy sitting next to me. Everybody's heard the story. We were in between flights and we were, I don't know where, I think we were on our way to Egypt, and there was like multiple flights. Okay. And I needed a cup of tea. Just get me a cup of tea. Right. And so Howie went and stood in line and brought me a big Earl Grey with milk. And I just about spit it out. Right. I said, what the hell is this? He said, it's Earl Grey. I said, with milk? And he goes, yeah. And I went, no, Howie. Any kind of black English breakfast, Scottish breakfast, or orange pekoe, or English, or a breakfast tea. Never ever Earl Grey, and never with milk. And there's a guy sitting next to me laughing, right? And I said, seriously. And Howie goes, and Howie looks at the guy, and the guy goes, don't look at me, man. And he flipped open his briefcase, and he said, I travel with my own tea. I just about beat pants. So, oh, that's okay, Ahmad. That's okay. So, I mean, so just one change of just for, I mean, it's been over a week since he's been sleeping downstairs. And it's not that he's not in the room. It's that he's not in the room, that I'm not seeing him as he goes to work in the morning, right? As little as it was, and as a pain in the ass, he thinks he's doing me a favor. But because mom's been sleeping with me, I'm not setting my alarm for 5 o'clock to get up and make him breakfast. He has bagels and cereal and all that stuff. Well, I had no idea how that would drain my emotional battery more, because he's not in the room with me at night, because I'm not getting, I'm not handing him his lunch and making him his breakfast, even if it's a bowl of cereal, and kissing him as he goes out the door and turning out the outside lights after he's safely in the car. These little things are I love yous. They're I love yous. That kiss before he leaves in the morning. That, I love you, sweetheart, as we go to sleep. And his, yeah. Those are all, or how was your day when we're laying in bed at night? Or can I have a hug? And you say, come on, you want me in your bed? Or because his is memory foam and mine is firm. That's another thing, right? Every one of these things are I love yous. And when you take them away all of a sudden, it may not seem like a lot, but it can be, it's like kicking breaking one of my toes, or kicking a leg out from under me emotionally, right? Yeah. So it is the little things. So tonight, he's bringing home hot dogs. And we'll see what the new year brings when it comes to my island. I want to do more cooking videos, and not cooking videos like fancy food, real everyday meals like I've been showing you all along. I'd like to take the home economics, the home economics, because I was leaning towards the home economics kind of videos. Well, I'd actually like to continue that. I'd like to show people more about, now I don't know how to sew patterns to save my life, but I really would like to try and show people what's better about keeping life more simple. You know what I mean? Let's get back to the basics of why I started this channel to begin with. Even though I can't wrestle pigs and goats and pull babies out of goats and all that stuff anymore, doesn't mean I don't have a wealth of knowledge to share, right? Dr. Leo Buscalia says a similar thing about I love you. He was a sociologist from the 90s. Well, I mean, I love you can be just a phrase that we hear so much, that it becomes rote. It becomes like, have a nice day. Have a nice day as the person's going out of the store. Well, I love you can become that. If it doesn't, if you don't follow your I love you with the actions of the words, right? Words can be empty if they're not followed with physical gestures. Just saying, like to my mother-in-law, would you like a cup of tea, Mom? Well, if you're having one, I said, I wouldn't offer if I wasn't going to get you a cup of tea. It's not an imposition, right? Oh, well, thank you, Jessica Pierce. You love my home ec videos. You need to take a bit of time for yourself and recharge. Well, this is what I'm going to tell you right here and right now, folks. Does anybody remember how the Connected Hearts started? Does anybody remember how my daily live stream started? And if you think about it, folks, I've only missed a few. It can lose its meaning if repeated like that. Exactly. I love you too, Grampy Campy. So, it's kind of like, I remember somebody saying, oh, you're just eating empty calories. I said, no, you got it backwards, because my boyfriend at the time was eating cucumber sandwiches. Big, thick slabs of cucumber with mayo on bread. And he goes, oh, that's just empty calories. I said, actually, there's not a whole lot of calories in the cucumber. Well, that's what I mean, empty calories. I said, no, empty calories is when you eat something that's loaded with calories but devoid of nutrition. That's why it's called empty calories, like a chocolate bar, right? Unless you are going through a magnesium thing that you got to do because you're pregnant and craving, right? You were in pain and the live tea breaks were all you could do. Well, I took January off, remember? And I started the live streams so that I could stay in touch with my YouTube family. And that's when the Connected Hearts were born. And except for maybe 5 days, where I haven't live streamed this entire year. So this is what's going to happen again. Is until my kitchen is more functional, I'm gonna take January as my month off. But it doesn't mean there's not going to be videos, and it doesn't mean there's not going to be live streams. It just means I'm not putting myself on I've got to put out a video a day schedule. Now I have been kind of weaning you guys off of a video a day. Have you noticed that? Because I just can't keep up anymore. I just can't keep up. So I think I'd really like, Bev, see my last comment, please. I'm on my phone. Suburban, August 27th, 2018 at the racetrack from the RV. August 27th, 2018 at the racetrack from the RV. I'm not sure. Let me go back because I'm not sure what I'm following here. My wife used to love your Tim Horton videos because they're bad here too. Oh my God, I'm sorry. But ever since Tim Horton sold to Burger King, it's not been the same. Except, I got a cafe mocha when we were going to the lights. I'm glad everybody enjoyed that. I really am, because, you're my family. I like to take you on my adventures, right? But I almost never drink coffee. And I got pissed off. Not pissed off. I know, piss on, you get better results. But anyway, I went into the Tim Hortons instead of the drive-through, right? We were going to get our hot drinks, and then we were going to pick up our dinner at the Royal Oak, because we phoned it in, whatever. I can't remember which we got first, but I wanted, those sickly sweet coffees with the whipped cream and the caramel and all that crap. I hate them, but I wanted one because I had a teaspoon of my medicated butter with me, and I was going to put it in my cup because I didn't want, even though it's legal, I didn't want the police to have any reason to stop us because if they smell pot, they could assume it's Howie, right? And Howie doesn't smoke pot. I mean, almost never, right? Um, oh, well, thank you, Suzette. What's going on? That was for your first live stream on your channel. Oh, yeah. My first live, you're right. My very first live stream was from the coach because I had them teach me how to tap into my phone as for data because I had no internet. We love you, Bev. Never stop being yourself. Well, thank you, Malka. But I mean, the daily live streams became something after Christmas last year because I was exhausted, right? Last year, I was oh, that's right. And I was in so much pain. That's right. You guys remind me, I had that thing, whatever it was, that I ended up going for CAT scans and MRIs and all kinds of stuff. And it doesn't bother me anymore. So I don't know what the hell is going on, but I'm still supposed to go for an internal ultrasound. Because when I finally got to the gynecologist a few weeks back, he felt my belly and he said, no, there's something here. And he said, there's something here. And I said, I can't do an ultrasound. I said, because I can't hold my bladder that long, right? And he goes, no, we'll do an internal one. He said, and I said, okay, fine. But the thing is, I said, are you sure it's not scar tissue? And he said, no, there's, he said, I want to have a look. He said, because I said, well, you're not doing an internal exam today. And he goes, why not? I said, because I haven't had my shower. And he goes, so? And I said, no. Right? And he goes, okay, but when I see you again, I'm doing an internal exam. So I have to phone and do that. But I've already decided I'm not going to have any more surgeries. So what's the point? This is the thing is, and I'm worried. Connected Hearts really was a lovely daily treat through the winter of COVID and being home. Well, hey, Vincent Pellegrino. But it's developed into something more. Because I remember feeling the wet blanket of doom sometime in October last year. And then I was in a lot. Remember, I had to rest because I was going to a wedding in January. And you guys saw me dancing and everything. And I was on pills. I was on a lot of medication for that. But I don't know what's going on. I'm just drained. Always seem to be drained. So, but I'm going to continue the Connected Hearts live streams just because it's become my daily phone call to my peeps. I don't mean my peeps. I mean, you guys, you have no idea how much you matter to me. Right? I come here and I know it's live and I know it's goes out to the world, but guess what? What have I got to hide? Seriously. Oh, okay. So Tim Hortons, right. Monkey comes back down the trunk. You can just make no surgery as a blanket statement. Well, we'll see, right? I just don't trust the medical system right now. I don't trust any of it right now, right? An adult conversation is beautiful. Absolutely, Laura. Absolutely. So I went into Tim Hortons because I wanted to make sure I got what I needed. Ow! Ow! I'm sorry. But this just makes me so happy. Look at that. It's like a connected heart keyboard. Anyway, so I go in. I'm wearing folks, I had to get out of the truck, put a mask on. I needed to use the bathroom because I knew we were going to be waiting in line for the magic of lights. So I went in and I stood at the counter, and there's like 5 people at a table, right? And I stood at the counter and I waited. And I waited and I waited while these people just kept doing, there was 3 people working behind the counter and they just kept taking and filling drive-through orders. So I said, well, maybe they're busy. Okay. I'm going to be kind if I have to do it by gritting my teeth. So I went and used the bathroom. And then I came back out and I waited again and again. And they fucking ignored me. Ignored me. Right? Unless I was going to make a scene. So I said, I'm not doing this. I don't need this marking my day. So I got back in the truck. And Howie said, where's the coffee and the water and the cocoa and stuff? I said, they wouldn't even serve me, Howie. He said, what do you mean they wouldn't serve you? My husband, what do you mean they wouldn't serve you? I said, no, they just ignored me. I said, let's just do a drive-through. So we did a drive-through, and I asked for a cafe mocha. And without thinking, I should have gotten a hot chocolate, right? But I'm telling you, I got a small cafe mocha, and I put that teaspoon of butter in it. Oh, I had to keep shaking it and that. That's how I got, through the pain of waiting in line and in and out of the truck and all that stuff. So you should go and see what is going on. What is going on? What are you talking about? Just checking if you received the Christmas ornament I had sent you. What does it look like, Catherine or Kim? I'm going to do on Christmas Eve, I'm going to do a live stream, but it's not going to be like this. I'm going to show you all the ornaments on all the trees and the dinner and all that stuff. And I'm going to say Merry Christmas. Anyway, so I got pissed off. So Tim Hortons really hasn't changed. My doctor appointment was not good. I just found out I'm diabetic and I'm now on 3 meds. I cried all morning. Oh, Ahmad, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, that's another thing. The doctor wants me to do blood work. Well, because, your cholesterol, I said, you're not going to get me on cholesterol meds because the lab results are very similar for inflammation. And I have a lot of inflammation. So you're not going to get a reliable result. Right? And she looked at me and said, who told you that? I said, I do. She said, well, that's not technically true. And I said, I looked it up, right? Because everybody's an internet doctor now, right? So it's a clear bulb, an AZ melted snowman. So anyway, she said, well, and your blood is like at your blood at your last 12 hour was like 6.4 or 6.2, and that's pre-diabetic range and for a 12-hour fast. And so we'd like to put you on metformin and some cholesterol meds preventatively. And I said, no, you're not putting me on anything preventatively. You're going to put me on something if I need it or when it happens. But you're not going to start me on drugs that I don't technically need, but I will be on for the rest of my life. I learned that lesson with the antidepressants. Your diabetic meds saved your life. I had an actual doctor look up stuff on the internet while I was there. Ha! Told her I wasn't paying her to do what I could do on my own self. You're so funny. They hate when you know what you're talking about. Well, the thing is my husband has, those little bins with the handle in them that, you can put cleaning things in. He has a little one and it's all full of medication. Speaking of which, I'm going to take my CalMag and my Moringa. Mom, come and get your CalMag. Come here. Stretch your knee. I've got Mom taking these, and she hasn't had any leg cramps since she's been here. Gracie, hush.
It's only me. Come on, you can come. Okay, let's grow. What did you say?
Didn't she look beautiful in purple, guys? Your CalMag.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And then we got a phone call from. I was telling them we got a phone call yesterday from Karen. No, when we were on our way to the lights, right?
Saturday, yeah.
Yeah. And she goes, "Oh, I don't know about the weather, and the Quebec is all locked down and blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, what? Because I had the same concerns, right? And I said, A, mom came here when we were in orange zone. B, there's no travel restrictions. There's no border, anything. I was all freaked out until I went to Ottawa and went, people are walking around the street, right? No, it's not packed like it normally would be at this time of year. But I mean, I didn't see any. I saw normal cops doing normal things, speed traps and all kinds of stuff. So I said, Karen, you're going to be fine because we know Karen has some issues, right? And if she got pulled over, she would say to the police, "I'm going to my brother's in Quebec," and they would say, "No, you're not." They might say, "No, you're not," and she'd listen to them. She wouldn't be like me and say, "You can't stop me. Show me the law where it says I can't go pick up my mother," kind of thing. You know me, folks. Hey, Steven! How's it going, darling? And I opened it wrong again. Oh, pretty in purple. What's the moringa do? I keep hearing about it. Well, all I know is that I'm moving better. And I don't take the recommended dosage. I only take one a day. But I notice I've been moving better. And I get this stuff, and it's made from the stem, the roots, and the leaves. And it's 100% moringa. So somebody Furby talked me into trying it. And I don't see any miracles, except if you count that I haven't used my walker in months, right? This time of year, normally I'm walking around with a walker. Nope. Mama's got a whole brand new thing going on. So it is great for RA. Well, I have rheumatoid arthritis, and it's starting in my hands in here. The doctor told me to start working on dieting next month. I just learned about it. It's good for diabetes, is it? Well, then I might have to take the full dose. But I'm like a Pavlovian dog when Steven comes on, I'm a Pavlovian dog. It's like break time. No, I did not paint it. I have two of them. Furby. This is the exact. This is the exact same fan, only in black and purple instead of pink on pink. Exact same fan. See? My functional medicine doctor told me it controls blood sugar. Really? I'm on my walker. I'm going to try it. Winter is so bad on my bones. I hear you. Bev, you have Nan now and can keep her if need be, right? No. They're not going to let me keep Nan. No. Because all her doctors are down there and stuff. But I mean, never use diet, use change of lifestyle, better success. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it may not seem like I'm fluctuating with my weight right now because it's winter. I am a bear. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let me try and explain this to the best of my ability because we're going to have to get off here soon because I'm reading at 6. My spirit totem is the wolf. I'm okay. My spirit animal is the bear, I found out. And my spirit bird is the raven crow family, right? Well, my knees are always bad. My knees have always been bad since I was 15. So I so love Bev, I so love is the Christmas and lights I can't see at night. Thank you so much. Oh, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. But I don't know what I was talking about. All I know is that after when I hit puberty, the weight started yo-yoing. And when I hit 415 pounds, I had gastric bypass surgery. And then I went down to 267 pounds, somewhere around there. I lost almost 200 pounds. Then my ovaries got sick and I stopped losing weight. Now the doctors go, well, how can that? Blah, blah, blah. I said, well, for doctors, you're pretty bloody stupid sometimes. This is my thinking. I didn't say that out loud. I said, well, I keep it real simple, doc, right? When your body starts losing weight that fast, the only thing that continues to allow you to lose the weight is that A, you're keeping up your nutrition, and B, you're healthy. Okay? My ovaries got sick, and my body went, you can't afford to lose any more weight. And I started gaining weight again, right? Plus I'm a bear. So I fluctuate actually 5 to 10 pounds in the winter time. I usually only fluctuate 1 to 5 throughout the summer, right? But this is the first time in my entire life that I have been almost the same weight for 2 full years. Now, yeah, I'm overweight and I could lose more, but just the fact that I've got my weight stabilized is a huge deal for me. And maybe the reason why I'm not using the walker, and maybe the reason, there's also the fact that the last time I had my blood work done, I wasn't on the moringa. So let's see what happens. You finish your story about the coffee drink? Oh yeah, I put the butter in, and then I realized my mistake in ordering a cafe mocha because it didn't help with the bitterness. I should have just gotten a really sweet hot chocolate with whipped cream and stuff. But that helped me through, right? So, but that's a good thing to know. If you medicate with butter, and you're out and about and you don't want to draw attention by smoking a joint, get yourself a cup of hot cocoa with whipped cream, something really sweet, slip a teaspoon of butter in that, and just every once in a while swish it and then sip, because the butter melts and sits on the top. So the first few mouthfuls are, unless you're swirling it, they're really nasty. So that's what I did. Oh, well, thank you, Helen. So yeah, that's what it was. But Ottawa reminds me of what cities once looked like in the USA. Ottawa was bare because of what's going on. But I'll tell you something, it's a bustling bloody metropolis. And I'm from Toronto. And there's parts of me that there's sections of Toronto that I will go to. And it could be the most crime-ridden place in the city. But if it rings from my childhood, then I'm quite at home, and I have no problem. Once I was born a Torontonian, and I'll probably die a Torontonian. I'll just never live there again. But Ottawa is so much more. You know what I mean? It's like Toronto, but with culture, a lot more. Not saying there's no culture in Toronto, but I'm saying it's got the historical Parliament buildings, and it's got the Quebec art museums and all these things. And it's a great place. So living an hour outside of Toronto does not necessarily mean you're out of the city, but moving an hour outside of Ottawa pretty much does, because we're in the country. Hey, Mindy Patriot Angel, darling, how are you? Now, hi, Ginger Snaps. My goodness, there's some names I haven't seen in a while. Lydia Magellan, hi. You didn't finish? Yeah, I did finish it. So it's old worldly to me. Yes, that's what I love about Ottawa. Not so good. Lost my boxer yesterday. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. You know what? That's weird, because Gracie's been off her feed all day. She wouldn't even take her salmon treat. I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. How old was your boxer? Ribby! Still had shopping. Ours is a ghost town. Well, that's, Mindy, I'm so sorry. Did you figure out why Parliament buildings were purple? Yes. It was for some. Okay. The significance of purple was It's one of those things like you wear a purple ribbon. Hang on a second. Where's my thing? Okay. Let me just put in. Oh, look at my pretty color board. Purple buildings in Ottawa. Okay. I don't know why it had Howie knows. Howie knows because he said it was for something else. But it was, how old was your boxer, Mindy? Oh, 8.5. Yeah. My Emma was 9 when we had to put her down. Just know that the fact that you're brokenhearted means that she'll be greeting you. He or she will be greeting you at the Rainbow Bridge. That's not, I believe that with all my heart. I believe that with all my heart. They go to romp in the fields and play with other animals and just be free spirits until it's your time, and then they greet you. I'm going to have a pack, I think. Thank you. I don't have no family. If I had a choice, I would pick Bev. Oh, Ginger snaps. But we are family. It's just internet family, which is actually a lot cheaper because, we send each other Christmas cards instead of, oh, Four Christmases. That was the movie we watched. Four Christmases. Oh, well, thank you, Cynthia. Mine was 13 years old and is hard, but they stay here. You will feel, yeah, no, Peppy's still here. Actually, Peppy hasn't been around in a long time because it was Gracie. When Gracie took over, okay, like Gracie's a force to be reckoned with. When Gracie took over as my heart dog, I almost went, I'm going to see if my niece can actually do a cover up on this arm of Gracie. Because Peppy was my soul dog. Gracie's my heart dog, right? And she made sure I knew it. And that's when Peppy said, okay, she's in good hands, and she stopped coming around. Does that make sense? So happy for you. Keep it up. You didn't finish the story of the bear. Oh, right. Well, my spirit totem is the wolf. My spirit animal is the bear. So that's why I gain more weight in the wintertime. That's why I get more sluggish in the wintertime. I'm a bear. I want to hibernate. I kept saying to Howie, I don't understand how I want to hibernate when I'm a wolf. And then someone said, well, it was Raph. She said, Mama, she said, your spirit totem may be the wolf, but your spirit animal is the bear. I went, oh, okay, that makes sense. So, the purple is for Lou Gehrig's disease. Thank you, Lori McKenzie. Thank you. they were lighting it up for Lou Gehrig. Now, I don't know if they're gonna have the snowflake show, but I don't think we can get down to downtown Ottawa again. But usually, they have like the lights I have on Freaky Friday. They usually have that, but they're big snowflakes and they go all over falling snowflakes all over the Parliament building. It's really beautiful. It's a light show. Nan does look beautiful in purple. Well, listen, guys, I'm 45 minutes away from reading the next chapter in A Christmas Carol on Reading with Beverly Wolfe. I'm doing it at 6. And this is the first time I've been on the computer today, so I better check my emails and stuff before that. Okay? It is an awful disease. So, for all those who care to, before we go, I just want to say, because if I don't say it to you, I'm going to end up saying it to God. And then you're just going to get it secondhand. Not that you don't deserve to be firsthand, God, but thank you for being here for me today. I've had it's been a rough few days physically. And I've been putting a brave front on. But when I tripped over that piece of firewood today, I did not fall, but every muscle in my body clenched. So I'm going through spasms right now. So I just want to thank you because I wasn't going to come on and I'm glad I did. I'm always glad when I come on. So thank you for that. Cynthia, well, I'm on chapter 2. We already did Marley's ghost. So tonight it's the ghost of Christmas past, I believe. Okay, Lisa, if somebody could put up, hang on, let me get my reading channel for you. And you just watch for it. It will be going live at 6. Okay, so here's my reading channel. And this is pretty much what the next couple of months are going to be like. Live streams and the reading channel. Because January is my time to rest, right? You're always here for me, and it's a pleasure to listen to you. Thank you, Sherry Leach. I hope you get restful sleep tonight, Bev. I have been sleeping actually really well, because I'm not waking up to a 5 o'clock alarm. So I'm actually staying in bed and getting up at like 9:30, 10 in the morning, instead of getting up at 5, going back to bed, and then sleeping, and then tossing and turning for an hour, and then sleeping till 11:30. I'm actually getting up at like 9:30, you know? I just finished 16 performances of Christmas Carol at the theater. I played Fezzy. Mr. Fezziwig! Oh, I love Mr. Fezziwig. It's not for a lifetime. It's not for money that someone spends a lifetime building up a business. It's to preserve a way of life that one knew and loved. It's not for money alone. You know, that's what I learned from Mr. Fezziwig or Charles Dickens. So let's take a deep breath. And I personally am going to thank God for you guys being here today for me. You lift me up, and I am so grateful. I wish I could do more for you folks. All right, nice deep breath. Hey God, it's us. Once again, you know better for me, what's better for me than I do myself. So thank you, God, for bringing me here today. And God, I just want to say thank you, God, for helping me to be aware of all the blessings in my life. My internet family, my not real family, my internet family, my earthly family, I just want to say thank you, God, for bringing me here again today. Because you always know better for me than I do for myself, right? So, God, it's the shortest day of the year. It's longest night. Please, God, help people to shine more brightly than ever tonight as we light a candle or as we watch the sun go down. We know we're in for the longest night of the year, and that can depress a lot of people. So, God, just help us to link hearts and link hands and let us shine, because we know tomorrow comes, and tomorrow the days begin to get longer again. God, just help us to get through the burdensome time of the things that are going on with our governments and our health systems and our world. Our world is in trouble, God. So please help us to use our common sense to navigate our way through the things that are happening today. But let us never forget who we are and where we come from, and that we carry the light of you in our hearts. So we link hearts, and we link hands, and we shine. And we invite anybody who feels too close to the darkness to come in by the fire of our shine. And let us remember. Let us remember. Why we're here. Thank you, God. Amen. Merry Christmas. Shalom. Namaste. Miigwech. Merry meet. Blessed be. Happy solstice. Whatever your salutation is, just don't forget to shine. All right? All things being equal and normal, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. God bless, my loves.